3 months after the beginning of the Ukrainian army counteroffensive, the tone and rhetoric of the leaders of Western countries changed dramatically. They no longer say that Russia's loss in this conflict is only a matter of time. Moreover, even Zelensky himself stopped declaring that Ukraine would definitely free Crimea and return to the 1991 borders. Instead, Zelensky began talking about the need to continue Western support for Ukraine, so that the armed forces of Ukraine could significantly weaken the Russian army, which should subsequently lead to Moscow's strategic defeat. Meanwhile, U.S. Army General Mark Milley, during an interview with American journalists from CNN, said that the armed forces of Ukraine would fail to achieve victory over the Russian army during this counteroffensive. "We know and understand everything perfectly. Unfortunately, the armed forces of Ukraine need to prepare for a protracted confrontation. The current counteroffensive will not give the Ukrainian army the long-awaited victory," General Milley said. Analyzing the words of the U.S. Army general, military experts from many analytical centers concluded that the rhetoric about the victory of the armed forces of Ukraine already has some kind of neutral and even symbolic character, since demoralization among the most motivated Ukrainian soldiers is recorded, due to large losses of manpower, while the newly mobilized soldiers even refused to go into battle. According to experts, the main goal of the armed forces of Ukraine is to take the city of Tokmak. However, analysts are confident that Ukrainian troops, in such conditions, will not only be unable to capture Tokmak, but even get close to this city. Meanwhile, the authoritative American journalist and the winner of the Pulitzer Prize, Seymour Hersh, made a sensational statement. According to him, U.S. intelligence has recognized Russia's victory in this war, but American officials continue to lie to their citizens and the whole world. Seymour Hersh made this statement referring to his own sources in the U.S. intelligence agencies. An American journalist claims that U.S. intelligence recognized Russia's victory in the summer of this year. According to U.S. intelligence, the armed forces of Ukraine suffered huge losses in manpower, which will be impossible to restore. Moreover, the Kiev authorities are completely demoralized and have stopped believing that the Ukrainian army will be able to break through the defense line of the Russian troops. According to U.S. intelligence, there is a great risk that a mutiny could break out in the armed forces of Ukraine if the Ukrainian command continues to force soldiers to go forward to an obvious death. Seymour Hersh also said that the Ukrainian command reported to the Pentagon that Kiev had abandoned plans to seize not only Crimea, but also other regions under the control of the Russian army, since the armed forces of Ukraine were no longer in a position to win. My friends, it is also worth noting yesterday's statement by the deputy head of the Department of the Russian National Guard for the DPR, Colonel Alexander Kodakovsky, who has never been shy or afraid to criticize the Russian army because of its mistakes at the front. In particular, in his Telegram channel, Alexander Kodakovsky said that Russia had completely overcome the crisis that arose after the start of a special military operation and began to win on the battlefield. According to him, the West has not been able to break Russia with unprecedented sanctions and the supply of a huge amount of weapons to Ukraine. The West has already realized that Russia has won. The Russian army has regained its breath, and, though slowly but surely, moving towards its final victory, Alexander Kodakovsky said.